talks about forgiveness. If you cannot forgive, how can God forgive you? So every night before I go to bed, I figure out who I have to forgive. And forgiveness is a selfish act. I forgive that person. I don't need to tell them that I forgave them, but I forgive that person so I can move forward, so I can get my blessings. Does that make sense? Next one. Number 4, write a letter about your feelings. If you have animosity against a family member or a loved one or a significant other, whoever, right? Or even somebody at work, write a letter about your feelings. Write it out. Whatever you have to do, cuss them out, whatever that you have to do, right? But after you write them a letter, you can either bury it or burn it. It's time for you to move forward, right? Because the concept is, have you guys ever heard of the serenity prayer? God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things of that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, or something like that, right? So I was looking at that prayer a couple of weeks ago, and I said, listen to me, some things I can't change. Let me focus on what I can change and move forward, right? When I have ill feelings against anybody, I'm going to write the letter out, take it, burn it, and I'm done. So I can move forward. Forgiveness is a selfish act, but it's an act for me to understand who I am as a person. Does that make sense? Next, number 5, move forward, right? And don't bring up the problem anymore. After you forgave the person, why bring up the damn issue again? It's done. Wash your hands and move forward. It's almost like, to me, you know how you have like a scab, right? You have a scab and it's healing, right? And you start picking that damn scab, what happened? It gets infected. When you forgive a person, right, in a relationship, it's done, guys. Move forward. Because this is the way that you're going to heal, right? Next one, number 6. Write down what you want in a new relationship. If you had to break it off of your significant other, your wife, your ex-wife, right, your ex-husband, family members, sisters and brothers, you can't really replace them, to be truly honest with you. I thought about that many of times, but it can't happen, right? But you need to write down what you want in a new relationship, right? Write down what you don't want in a new relationship, right? And I think that's what people don't understand. When you're gonna move forward and you want to get a new relationship, write down what you want. You want someone, here's what I would say, someone who's passionate, someone who loves God, someone who works out, someone who have her own his career, right? What I don't want in a woman, oh my God, I don't want a liar. I don't want negativity, right? I don't want someone who does drugs. Right? Sometimes I just don't want. I don't know. I don't want negativity. I don't want someone who don't is believe in God, right? But you need to write down both. You need to write down both things so you can figure out what you want and what you don't want, right? Number 8, you need to create a game plan of what you would not settle for in your life. If you had a bad relationship, a bad marriage, a bad whatever, right? You need to write this stuff down because you don't want to repeat this shit again. It's too hard to repeat it again. It's like, so why am I always attracting the same freaking people? And the first thing that jumps in my mind, well, did you write down what you're not going to settle for? Because if you don't write it down, if you don't know, out of sight, out of mind. And this is, to me, is called the power of a relationship, right? My next one, number 9. Create a mission statement of how you want to live your life. Create one for your family. And if you don't have a family, create one for who you are as a person. Right? And raise your standards on a daily basis. A lot of my friends said, I got a divorce in 17. Man, if I was you, man, John, your standards are so high. Man, I don't know. You should do this. I said, listen to me. First and foremost, I'm always raise my standards. That's a must. Right? Maybe when I get about maybe 120, maybe who knows, things might change. But for right now, I'm good. right? First, I'm going to raise my standards. I'm going to give myself a mission statement that I want to have and I want to create inside my life, right? Because if you don't raise your standards, you're going to get the same BS stuff that you got is gotten your whole life. Does this make sense? Here it goes. If you found the person of your dream, how would you walk? How would you talk? How would you live? How would your life be outstanding? My next one, if you have a relationship with your family members and you need to create something, create a new standard, a new relationship with your loved ones. If you guys have problems with negativity or problems with whatever, sit down and say, okay, here's the gap. How can we close the gap? And how can we create a new relationship? Maybe we can do fun stuff together. Maybe I can get to know who you are as a person, right? What can you do on your end to mend it and to close that gap? Does that make sense? Beautiful. Number 11, start living every moment and to raise your standards and turn your shoulds into must and say things like, I get to do it, not I have to do it. That one's a huge one. How many people in a relationship, bad one, good one, and different ones, don't raise their standards? They say, well, I should do it, and they can shit all over themselves. But why don't you turn into a must? Here's a couple of my musts. I must work out. That's a must. I must pray. I must change my mindset, right? And I must figure out ways of how I can change the quality of people's lives each and every possible way, right? That's a must for me. But I must raise my standards on a daily basis. I don't want just anything inside my life. Number 12, have an attitude of gratitude. Make a list of 10 things of that you are grateful for and read them day and night. Also read this list like when you have a fight with your significant other or your loved ones. Stop, you take the list out and read what you're grateful for. When you do that, it changes your vibration. Now when you see them, you're not angry or pissed off. You focus on what you're grateful for. Here goes. I'm wondering if you would practice some of these strategies. The 15 tips that I'm going to give you. If you practice 3 of them, and every day you improve those 3 by 1% for the next 90 days, how would your life be? My experience when you do this, your life will never be the same. Because it's all about constant and never-ending improvement. Number 13, visualize your relationship working out. Give thanks to God. Or else you don't believe in God, your higher power. Look at the end result. Even if you're having a bad relationship is with your wife or your significant it's others. See it working out. See the end result is working out. After you get done, give God, give Buddha, Jehovah, whatever, a praise party. Does that make sense, everybody? Beautiful. Number 14, write down an incantation or a prayer. It can be, I'm so happy and so grateful that I'm in a loving relationship with my husband or is with my life, is with my wife. By May 10th, 2022 or sooner. Whatever, right? Because you need to speak things into existence. And number 15, believe it, live it on an ongoing basis. My goal through this podcast is to push you beyond your thinking, make you think outside of your box, make you have an open mind. If your relationship is really shaky, go over this podcast again. Pick out 3 things that you like. Write them down. and improve by 1% each and every day for the next 90 days. The next time, grab another 3 or 4 more and you do the same thing. If you do this, and I will guarantee this, your life will never be, even if you change by 1% a week, guys, it's huge. You see your loved ones, right? And you should just say hi to them. Now you give them a hug and say, hi, honey, I love you. That's improvement. You're probably shocked the hell out of them too, but that's still improvement, right? Or else now you raise your standards. Listen to me. I should date this type of woman. No, I'm not going to date this anymore. Because enough I date this type of woman, I know where I'm going to be in the next 2 and 3 years, right? Let me actually, as if I'm interrupt my pattern and figure out what I can do. Relationships is so huge. Guys, you can't take people for granted. That one that you can't do. What can you do to better your relationship with yourself and with others? Anyway, guys, I am so excited. Thank you guys so much. My next segment, I'll probably do something on business because I think business is the key of everything. Guys, until next time, take care and always God bless. Dr. John Oda Method is now out. I'm outie, guys. Peace.